Hi guys, this is Jay Stone, the emotional nudist and master brand coach. Today's topic is all about hashtags because hashtag is the new web address. So remember maybe 3 years ago, you go to a conference or an event and someone had some kind of catchy phrase on their shirt and then they would put their web address or their URL below that so you know where to go find them, their information, or where to purchase a product. Well, that URL has now started to be replaced by hashtags. Hashtags are awesome. I'm going to say this one more time. Hashtags are awesome. They should be, if you have one and you use one, you should put it on everything. It should be everywhere. And you should use it all the freaking time because it's basically replacing your URL. It's a way that people can find you on social media and now off social media. It's a way that people can track your ideas and your message and understand who you are, represent, and most importantly, connect themselves to your brand and to your conversations. So hashtags are important. People used to put their web addresses everywhere. It's the new calling card. Hashtags now have just kind of taken over all of that, particularly if you have a message-driven hashtag or if you have a catchy hashtag. And baby, once your hashtag trends, your life will never be the same. So I'm going to tell you just a little bit about how to create some amazing hashtags and make it your new web address. So the first thing is hashtags are recognized by just about every platform out there as a way to search for information, conversations, and dialogues. So if you ever notice, like if you're on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, if you click on a hashtag, you'll find every post related to that hashtag. Now, the great thing about things like that is if you have a lot of information out there, people can go back and track the conversation for weeks and months. You never know who's going to follow you and find you because they just happen to see an interesting hashtag. So the great thing is most of the social media platforms nowadays recognize them. So that's great. And hashtags are just plain out fun. They're just plain out fun. And they're really fun. Again, you haven't lived until you had a hashtag that trends. So let's talk about how to create an exciting hashtag that could possibly trend, but that could certainly point people to you or attach them to your message or your brand. So the first thing is keep them short, 15 characters or less. 15 characters or less. Now we say this because the hashtag, especially if you're using a microblogging platform like Twitter, if your hashtag takes up the whole 140 characters, nobody can retweet it. Nobody can remember it. People mess it up trying to retype it. They get the characters missing. And then after that, it just gets to be plain out cumbersome. Okay, so keep it short. 15 characters or less. Now, if you go over 16, 17, nobody's counting, but about 15 is a good range. The next thing is use upper and lowercase letters because they're hard, it can be hard to read. If they're all uppercase, all lowercase, very hard to read because there's no spaces like it is in regular words. So for me, my hashtags have both upper and lowercase. Sometimes you'll see like it capitalized, like it's a title in a book. Every letter is capitalized. Every letter, the first letter of every word is capitalized. So that's one way to do it. The other way, the way that I do it is I might make the first word all caps and the second word all lowercase. And so I use any combination of uppercase and lowercase. Look at it, type it out, write your hashtag a couple of different ways, see which one looks the best. And if you have specific words you want emphasis on, then certainly capitalize those. But use upper and lowercase by all means. It's much easier on the eye to recognize the hashtag at a glance. And that's ultimately what you want. Flood your social media with the hashtag. Not just your social media, saturate your entire brand, your newsletter, your website, your paraphernalia, your memorabilia, hashtags everywhere. Because here's the thing, it's not like a trademark unless it's a graphic. You don't really own hashtags the same way you own a logo design. So if you use it on Twitter or Facebook, what's to stop someone else from using it? In most cases, it's not. And even if you own the trademark and you decide to go after somebody because it's trademark infringement, by the time you do all of that, is really not worth your energy. So what you want to do is to really saturate the market. So when people look for that hashtag, they see that it really is affiliated and associated with you. And most people will respect that. There is kind of a code about the hashtag. And when somebody else kind of saturated the market on a hashtag, people just kind of leave it to that person and let it be affiliated. It was kind of the unspoken hashtag language. And then use it on graphics. I find that people, when they see the hashtag written graphically, there becomes this mental picture of, okay, this hashtag belongs to this brand or this person. And so then they don't just see it in writing, they see it in graphics. And so that creates two different visual images that the brain takes differently, because the brain reads words differently from the way that it reads pictures. So you've got it in their brain two different ways, and it's connected with you either way. So you'll see me. And plus, I use a lot of graphics on my social media anyway. But you'll see sometimes it's just a hashtag. Hashtags are awesome. I said that already, right? Okay. And the last thing is only use 2 or 3 hashtags with your brand. I have 2 that I primarily use. Some of you have like 6 hashtags and 10 hashtags. Nobody keeps up with all of that. You start to dilute your brand when you have too many messages and too many hashtags. So I say stick with 1 or 2. 3 is pushing it, but you can get away with it. But just kind of stick with your 1 or 2 hashtags and just kind of kill it. Saturate it. Post it all the time, everywhere. And again, hashtags are awesome. So in case you follow me online, my 2 hashtags are emotional nudity. Yes, that's my hashtag. And also game change her. Now, you can find out more about me and my hashtags and how they work at jstone.com. Follow me for more tips, and I'll see you there.